Moon Stuff is officially launching May 1st. You guys, it's happening. I can't believe it. Can you believe it? Because I can't. I can't believe it. I don't know if I ever will believe it. But it's happening. You guys, this has been a very long time coming. If you watched my Vlogmas where I had planned out my entire year of 2025, I had a full plan for Moon Stuff. I filled up my calendar with all of these to-do tasks. Get these designed by this time, get this stuff cut out by this time, start marketing or announcing the launch 2 weeks in advance. I had this whole thing planned out, and I felt like I gave myself plenty of time to make designs, do product photography, get the stuff printed out, cut out, perfected, start promoting things, start marketing things, get my website done, and have it all ready to go to launch on February 28th. I don't know if you noticed, but it's now mid-April. February was basically a century ago. I had plans. I really had this whole idea how things would look and what exactly this would look like in every step of the way. And I went into the new year thinking I am finally going to have a launch that I had always envisioned having even before I ever took my art full time. I really thought that this year I was going to have a launch that I had always wanted for LuRuStudios. But the universe had other plans. As you can see, it took me over a quarter of the year, and I still only have a fraction of what I originally thought I would be launching by this time. But that's okay, because like I said, the universe had other plans. And if that is a concept that you believe in too, Moon Stuff might just be for you. So today I want to share with you guys everything. I want to tell you guys all about Moon Stuff, what it is, what it's all about, why I decided to come up with this stuff. I want to show you guys the actual products that will be coming out on May 1st, as well as give you guys some ideas on like how you can use them or utilize them. And then I really want to share my plans for Moon Stuff and all the ideas that I have for Moon Stuff and what I want it to look like in the near future and further down the road. Now, you may know me as the artist and owner of LuRuStudios. LuRuStudios is me. It's basically me. LuRuStudios is my art print shop. It is how I sell my commissions. It's my website, it's my YouTube channel, it's my Instagram, it's my TikTok. I mean, like, I am LuRuStudios. But something else about me is that I love astrology. I love everything about astrology, the universe, the moon, anything magical and cosmic. I love anything witchy. Now, I can remember all the way back to elementary school, fully believing in the concept that everything happens for a reason. I remember even as a kid, if like something bad happened, something didn't work out like I wanted it to, something embarrassing happened, I always told myself everything happens for a reason, and it always made me feel so much better. I'm pretty sure, I want to say that where I actually first heard like that concept was in Lost, like an early episode of Lost.
What if everything happened for a reason?
I feel like I can remember watching an episode, hearing that, and then it just stuck with me. And I just always kept that in mind, and it always made me feel better about everything. And I know, like, this is a pretty common concept. And I think, it's part of all different kinds of religions and cultures and beliefs. So I'm not saying that this is like some profound thought that I had as a kid. I mean, again, I'm pretty sure I got it from Lost, so we all saw how that ended. I'm still bitter about it. But the more that I looked into things like the phases of the moon, the movements of the planets, and the transits and the aspects, what sign each thing is in and how that affects other things, and I started looking into like birth charts and what that can mean, the more it felt like that concept was blending perfectly with my love for the stars. I can remember so many nights sitting on my back porch and just looking up at the moon and getting this feeling in my chest and just feeling really happy. I've always felt really drawn to the moon, and part of that could be because my mom has always loved the moon, and she's always talked about how she loves the moon. Every time she looks at it, it makes her really happy, and so that may have kind of like made me love the moon even more. Now, I've always loved astrology. I've always thought it was just one of those like really fun, kind of magical things. But I will say, for a very long time, I did not feel like a Virgo. I did not. Like, I remember as a kid being so disappointed that that my sun sign was a Virgo, because I was like, oh, that's so boring, and I'm totally not that. But honestly, I think it's just because I hadn't developed into the adult that I was going to become. But I can remember the exact day that I just happened to be like looking up astrology stuff. I think I was looking at like doing a makeup series where I would do a makeup look for like each astrological sign. And I just happened to come across moon signs. I literally was like, wait, there's more to this? So that's actually when I picked up this book, which you may have seen me talk about this in another video. I love this book. I highly recommend this book. If you're getting into astrology, if you're into astrology, if you just want to add another book to your collection, it is so good. I made so many core memories with this book. I would get so excited to get in bed early every night so that I had time to like read this for a few hours. And I had so much fun reading. And then eventually I found my way to Lunar Living. Lunar Living and the author Kirsty Gallagher is all about living by the cycles and the phases of the moon. The full moon is all about releasing and letting go of anything that is holding you back. The new moon is all about setting intentions and creating goals for yourself. And then there's things like the quarter moon, the dark moon, solar eclipse, lunar eclipse, blue moon, super moon. It's a lot. And then of course, how the phases of the moon and the signs that they're in will also determine things. It really did feel like suddenly I was given a roadmap through life. And I stopped looking at the outside world to dictate my emotions and my actions. Like, it felt like I had gone through life with blurry vision, and then one day I put on my glasses and I knew what life was all about. I could see clearly, which did happen, by the way. When I first got my glasses for distance, I stepped out of that store. I put my glasses on, I looked at some trees in the distance, and I literally said, this is what people see? Guys, mind blowing. Couldn't believe it. I could not believe people saw each individual leaf on a tree. And then we watched Lord of the Rings that weekend. Y'all, I could see every single hair of every single man's beard. Who knew? I didn't even think that was possible. All of a sudden, life had nothing to do with what other people expect of me, what other people think about me, what other people expect me to do. It wasn't about being something that I'm not just to get what I want. It suddenly was clear that it's like life is about me being me and everybody being themselves, and all of us just going after what we came here to do, what we're meant to do, go after our purpose and be completely ourselves, taking the highs and the lows and actually really, really appreciating those low moments. Like, it really is those low points, those low moments that can be the most profound and the most groundbreaking. Now, Mercury retrograde is one of those things that I think most people, even if you are not into astrology and you're not into all this stuff, most people have probably heard it being referred to, especially in the workplace. Things are going wrong, technology is getting messed up, or there's like bad communication, miscommunication from one person to the next. A lot of the times you will hear people say something like, man, is Mercury in retrograde? And that's because Mercury retrograde does have the tendency to cause some chaos. But it causes the chaos to show us, what are we still holding on to that we need to let go of? What are old beliefs that are dictating our lives? Ways that we sabotage ourselves that we don't even realize? Are there people or things or places that we're clinging on to from the past that aren't serving us anymore? Mercury retrograde will show us these things and tends to show us in very chaotic ways, so that we can learn how to let go, move on, grow as a person, and move forward rather than staying stuck in one spot forever. I'm gonna tell you right now, I went through it this last Mercury retrograde. Yes, I did. But here's the thing, if I hadn't known about Mercury retrograde, I may not have learned any of the lessons that I had to learn in order to be sitting here today to share my next big adventure with you guys. I guess what I'm saying is that looking up at the sky as a roadmap through life has changed everything about who I am, what I do. It has helped me through so many rough times, helped me work through my fears, given me the courage to take this art thing full time. The universe has really changed the way that I see so many things and the way that I perceive emotions. It has shown me where I get in my own way, where I'm still stuck in old beliefs, where I'm stuck and keep self-sabotaging, where I'm still in my comfort zone. It's shown me why things haven't worked out in the past. I have no idea where I would be or what I would be doing were it not for the moon and the planets and the sun. I feel like we leave out the sun a lot, but it's just as important. And because it has changed so much about my life, given me so much and supported me so much, I want other people to have that too. I want other people to be able to navigate through life the same way. I want other people to know that the universe always has their back, that the universe will always love and support them. I want you guys to take the big leap of faith, knowing that you will always land safely because the universe will always be there to catch you. And as long as you know that the universe is supporting you, you literally have nothing to fear. There is nothing to be afraid of as long as you know that the universe is always on your side. I don't want people worrying about what other people think of them. And I don't want anybody questioning if they have a purpose here, because they do. Fear and excitement feel the same in the body. So if you're like imagining doing something, or there's something that you want to try, but you feel like that little bit of fear in you and you feel like that kind of like ugh feeling, it's probably because deep down you know that if you did it, your life would change forever. Getting into astrology is really, really fun, but it can also be extremely overwhelming. Understanding the moon phases and what sign it is and when can be really hard to keep track of. So that's why I knew before anything else, I wanted to create the full and new moon planner stickers. These are my like product photography sticker sheets. So this one's missing a moon. Pretend there is a 13th 1-inch full moon on this page, okay? So I started off this whole thing tracking what the moon was doing and what sign it would be in at what time. So that way I know, okay, if a Libra full moon is coming up this week, I know that what I'm gonna be doing leading up to that moon is looking at where I am holding on to things that are keeping me out of balance. What am I still doing that keeps me and my path forward out of balance? What do I need to be releasing in order to bring balance back to my life? If I know that an Aries new moon is coming up, then I know I'm going to be thinking about, okay, what are my big year goals? Because Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. So Aries season is what starts the astrological year, and a new moon is about setting intentions. So it would be a big moon for setting really big intentions and making really big goals. Okay, where do I want to see myself this time next year? And what can I be doing in 3 weeks, in 6 weeks, in 3 months, kind of thing. So using these in something like a planner or on your calendar can be a really helpful way to remind yourself what moons are coming up and what you will be working on and looking at in your life with the help of the moon. Now, I wanted to make sure that these stickers would fit in any way that you use them. So I created 13 1-inch stickers and 13 half-inch stickers. So other ways you can use these besides, a planner or a calendar or on your schedule is you could have a whole page in a notebook or even like a grimoire. If you are studying the moon and the different signs that the moon is in and what the different phases mean, you could have a whole page dedicated to the moon and use these to add a cute little pop of color and, put one moon sticker and, okay, an Aries full moon means this. These are the energies of the Aries full moon. A Libra full moon means this. These are the, that kind of thing. That would actually be really cute. And the same with the planet stickers. You guys, these are, I love these. Like, they turned out really cute. I was so afraid that they were gonna look really bland and boring, but the colors are so pretty. Along with the moon, you might also want to keep track of what the planets are doing. So big transits like Mercury retrograde or Pluto moving into Aquarius, which marks the age of Aquarius, or Neptune moving into Aries for the first time in 165 years. You might want to keep track of those things. So again, I created 1-inch stickers as well as half-inch stickers. And then I also included 9 retrograde symbols so that you could mark when certain planets go into retrograde. And then that way and you can be prepared before all these planets start moving backwards and your life starts to fall apart. So if you wanted to put these in your schedule or something like, again, Mercury retrograde. Venus also had been retrograde for a while, so you could put the little Venus sticker next to a retrograde symbol and you would be able to see on your calendar that Venus will be retrograding soon. Or you could just use the retrograde symbol and then just write what planet is doing what. You know what else you could do? You could create your own birth chart. That would be so cute. A little hand-drawn birth chart, and then if you used these little half-inch stickers to mark where the planets are in your birth chart, you should do that. You could use them for school notes for your astronomy class. You guys, this stuff doesn't have to be all based on astrology and spirituality and things like that. You could use them for astronomy or just, if you're studying planets and stuff. That would be really cute. I know the colors aren't completely accurate. I made Neptune purple, so, But you know what? Scientists can like pretty things too, even if they're not accurate. So if you're a little sciencey person, you can still enjoy these. Again, it's not all about spirituality. Planets are still cool. And then the last thing is we have 3 die cut stickers. So all of these stickers are based on Mercury retrograde, and these can literally go anywhere. A notebook, your iPad cover, a water bottle, your phone case, your laptop. I have one on my laptop right here. Keep it for a sticker collection. You can do whatever you want with these. And they're really cute, so. Sticker sheets and the die cut stickers are printed on glossy sticker paper. And then I added a matte vinyl on top of them. So they are super vibrant, so saturated because of the glossy paper. But then because there's a nice matte vinyl on top, the texture is really smooth and there's not a weird glare. If it had just been the glossy sticker paper, it would have a lot of a glare to it. And also the glossy paper has kind of like a squeaky feeling, which I didn't like. So these just have like a really nice smooth texture to them. There's definitely a lot less product than I thought there would be by this time when I was planning all of this out in December. I really think that this brand, Moon Stuff, is going to be a really big challenge in a way that I need to be challenged. This is really gonna challenge me to be consistent and to hold myself accountable and to push through and not quit or give up or get tired of something and then just not finish it. Honestly, it's gonna break me of a lot of habits. And again, that's what Moon Stuff and the universe is all about, is just breaking us of our self-sabotaging habits so that we can be the best version of ourselves. So this brand will definitely be doing that for me in real time. This is a very small soft launch, but honestly, I think that's probably best for me since I am literally the only employee for LuRuStudios and Moon Stuff. Eventually, I really want Moon Stuff to grow into this really big, magical thing. In the near future, I see bookmarks, calendars, maybe mugs will be sooner than I think. I also have this really fun idea for like offering birthday bundles. And so basically each astrological sign would have its own bundle of stuff dedicated to that sign. So each bundle would include like an art print, a sticker sheet, a bookmark, maybe a piece of apparel or a mug. That could be your present for your friend who is, you know, a Leo or a Libra or a Cancer, you know, whatever. I also plan, like, I really am so excited about this one. I plan to eventually create my own Oracle deck, maybe also my own tarot deck. And I see it as something that, you know, you could purchase it and actually use it as an Oracle deck, or you could purchase it as kind of like an art collection. I'm really excited to start working on those when it's time. And then, I mean, like, who knows? Maybe one day candles, maybe one day I'll collaborate with like a body care brand and come out with like bath salts and bath bombs that are based on, you know, the stars and the cosmos. I really, really see this as the possibilities are endless. And I think this is gonna take me places that I never could have even imagined. And I'm really excited about that. What's funny is I've always loved astrology, but anytime that I ever tried to think about how to mix it with being an artist, I just couldn't figure anything out. Like I couldn't see it. And then one day it kind of just clicked and it came to me. And I noticed that I started to see it more as a lifestyle brand. And then I really started to expand what I knew an art business to look like or to be. For so long, all I really knew that I could do was create and draw art prints, like to be framed and put on a wall. But when I think about everything that the universe has done for me, it just didn't feel like it was enough to just make art prints. I wanted to share the lifestyle. I want to provide things that can be used as tools for other people who look at the sky for direction. I wanted to make things that could actually be used and like could assist in everyday life, or be a constant reminder that the universe is always on your side and always has your back. I really just want to spread the wisdom of the universe. And so I meshed all of that with making art, and bam, Moon Stuff. Which, by the way, if you're wondering like where Moon Stuff came from, I have always had a hard time using the term meditate. I know, so ridiculous, but I think that there are still some people, which I shouldn't care. Like I had said, it's not about what other people think about us. But I feel like people still, when they hear the word meditate, they have this like really odd visual in their mind of what that looks like, when really all it is just like getting quiet for a moment, the world around you slows down and you're just in your own little world and you're kind of just like figuring things out and listening for like insight, you know? And yet I would always get like clammed up. I would tell Jacob, hey, I'm gonna go do moon stuff. Which, thinking about that now, it's like, what does that mean? Moon stuff. You're gonna go do moon stuff? Like, Jacob was always so supportive about it. He didn't think anything of it. It didn't faze him. Like, he had no idea I even said anything. Like, he did not care, you know? Because I had started off calling it that, then I kind of just kept calling it that. And then it became its own thing. And now it's a brand, which is pretty cool. And with that, here we are. It's finally becoming a real thing. So, May 1st, all of these will be up on my website, LuRuStudios.store. I see it as like Moon Stuff is like its own little brand inside of Luru Studios. It's like its own category of Luru Studios. These will be available on my website, LuRuStudios.store. And I just want to say thank you all so much for always showing me so much love and support. It means the world to me. It means the universe to me. I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell button, all that stuff, that moon stuff. Also, I really hope that you guys are excited about everything that's to come, what's coming out May 1st, as well as everything that's to come in the future, plus all the stuff that, who knows, there could be so much more. There will be so much more. And I hope you guys are just as excited about it as I am. And I will see you guys over at my shop on May 1st. I'll actually see y'all before that because I'm gonna be posting on YouTube before that. And I'll be posting on Instagram and TikTok if you follow me over there, which if you don't, it's luru.studios. You should follow me over there. Thanks for watching. Love ya.